hopefully, but it'll probably only be one in this episode, let's call it. But yeah, I'm going to be making some tanks for a new faction that I've made, which is the Kingdom of Italy faction. And first I'm just going to show a couple of tanks that I've made. These were originally going to be just AI tanks to fight, because you can put your own tanks in the scenarios, all sort of. Basically you just put them into the vehicles folder where appropriate, and they have a chance of showing up the same as every other tank model. But the first one here is the P21-40. It's an early war Italian heavy tank, based on, as you can see, the Churchills and the A20s, which were the preview, the prototype of the Churchills. But yeah, P stands for pesante, because the Italian naming was like that. 21 stands for 21 tons, and 40 is the year it was introduced. It should technically be written with a slash instead of a dash, like that, but as you can see, Sprocket doesn't like having slashes like that, so just imagine that there's a slash there instead. But yeah, this is an early war heavy tank. It's got 75 mils of frontal armour, as you can see, for the hull, and the same for the turret as well. 75 mils, 45 mils for the side of the cheek as well, to make it all basically around 75, 80ish thick. And it's got a 50 mil gun. I haven't used 50 mil guns before, so I thought, you know what, stick a 50 mil on this. 84.9 millimeters of penetration. Front machine gun, exposed tracks, side armor, Kingdom of Italy flag. Funny thing at the front, because I just wanted to. And yeah, big old engine deck, big wide tracks, perfect for the deserts of Africa, and interweaved road wheels, because I thought, hey, why not? This is an ahistorical Kingdom of Italy faction, so why not have German-style interleaved tracks? But yeah, it's just got a V6 in it. There you go. Yeah, it's got a V6 in it. It's got logs on the side. Yeah, not much you can say really. There's the sound of the 50 mil. Yeah, V6. It's slow, based on, you know, the Churchills. As we can, let's say, for the law, they're a response to the British experimenting with A20s and tank infantry Churchills, A22s. As you can see, it can just about cross the widest of trenches here. It's got these rings on the side for sort of steps up the turret, because why not? Add a bit of detail. And there's the rear. Underneath you've got the exhausts, and sort of like big wide exposed tracks. Big wide exposed tracks, because why not? Not particularly fast, but yeah, that's fine. Carries a decent amount of rounds. Here's the view from the front. Looks like a Churchill. And yeah, this is just the camo I've chosen for it. Yeah, not very fast, but hey, here we are. Rather small, sad-looking gun mantlet. But yeah, there you go. Travels at 11 miles an hour. Very slow. Even slower than the castles, actually, now that I think about it. But yeah, a highly decorated spare wheel on the side of the turret, etc, etc. And yeah, so that is the first version of the P20 line, let's call it. The next, mid-war, P28-42, as you can see, again sticking with 42 as the year it was introduced, 28 for the tonnage, 75mm gun, 138 mils of pen, 110 frontal armour, extra side armour, 65, more spare wheels, changed turret, it's bigger, with different layouts of the bits on the side. But yeah, and a bigger engine as well, and also bigger sprockets at the back, because I realised that on the original model they're quite small. And again, yeah, still interleaf road wheels, same style of road wheels as well. Oh, that's not good. Why the hell is it doing that? I obviously didn't. Yeah, I didn't put that back when when I meant to. Whoops. Let's put that back down under there. There we go. But yeah, 75mm gun mounted in the turret. Very slow turret traverse. Bang, there you go. Different style muzzle brake as well to what I have on the British as well. But yeah, still keeping with the exposed track, front machine gun. I think I elongated the hull as well slightly with this model because it is a larger model. It's wider as well, I think, but the tracks aren't any wider. Tracks aren't any wider, but then you know, they're still wide enough for the desert. And yeah, just generally a better version of the original tank as a response to the British bringing out Mark IIIs and Mark IV Churchills, and you know, if we want to throw my tanks in there as a response to the castles becoming more well armoured and having better guns. So yeah, here we go, getting up to 15, 16 miles an hour. 16.5 miles an hour in this thing. Yeah, it's still quite slow, but no matter, it is just a heavy tank. So yeah, there is the P2842. Now we are going to start with a new tank here. We're going to go into war period because we're going to make one of them little Italian light tanks. So let's decrease that length. Let me start on getting the suspension and all that down. Road wheels, we've got to go back to them. Idlers, we'll keep it as 2, 1 per axle. Interleaved, there you go, bam. Now, what happens if I put this suspension on? Oof, that. There you go, we can scale it down. There you go, that'll do. And it remains interleaved as well. Let's see what happens if we take that off. It does that. That's still not ideal. Let's increase the scale of it. Let's... Okay, this needs to go up. This needs to go up. Where's my return rollers? Ah, it's because they're part of that. Okay, maybe we can't go with that style then. Which is a shame, but no matter. Interleave it again. Change the diameters. There you go. Let's bring them up to there. Let's make that down. Can we? No, we can't quite make it. Yeah, changing the rotation isn't doing anything either. Okay. Yeah, I can only change the mount size, spacing on axle for the idler, turn roller, spacing width. That doesn't seem to do anything. Okay, it's always good. Let's decrease that. Bring it up, actually. Let's do that. Now this is quite a large boy, so we're going to have to change that. Mobility again, go and head to the tracks. Belt width, decrease that by a bunch. Length will keep the same. Just keep it with that. Road wheels, we want diameter. Let's go down again, but then let's change the width as well. That's the smallest we can go. Those are very thin road wheels. Okay, idler, let's change the height of that. Diameter, no. Spacing and axle width. There we go. Let's decrease that all the way down. Sprocket. Move you there. Let's actually move you down, You're not doing much. Turn rollers, I can change it to 1 per axle, but that's not doing much. height. Diameter, that's not helping. Space, that's also not really helping. Width, not helping. Spacing, yeah, see, I can change it to that, but then I can't get any less than 2. Ooh, unless I do this, then I can get an Italian style sloping going on there. That's for that again. Where's my... Where's my return rollers? Forward, there you go. There you go, I can pick it all the way to there. Lower it there. And then we can go back to the hull. Actually, let's stick with mobility. Let's lower that. Return rollers, no, road wheels. Diameter smaller. So you've now just got loads of little ones. Unless I do go with that and just take off interleaving. Yeah, and then we shift it forwards. No. Change their diameters again. Shift it backwards. There you go, that gets us something. Nice. Now it's very low to the ground, obviously, but if we now go to the base, we can hopefully lower that. Let's do that. Mobility suspension wise. No. How do I raise it? I know I can raise it somewhere. Unless I just have it open like that, and just have that as like the Italian thing for this faction, and just have it open, which could work. We remove these. Okay, now we can see what we're doing properly. Base top. If we unflatten the front, do that, change the split. Change the upper angle to nothing. There's the upper height. Lower the lower height. There you go. Now that's doing something. Nice. Yes, we want to keep the length because we want that extra lower road wheel. Let's do that. And then, that's a funny looking thing there, but that's how things be. Rear, don't want to flatten that actually. Do that, do that, do this. Do that so we get some sloping. Rear, offset, slope lower. Right. I think that kind of works. There we go, and then if we remove some of the offset, we just have it at a very high angle. Something like that. Remove more of the offset. There you go, and then we can get the sort of sloping like that going. Yes, and then we can go back here to mobility, go to tracks, Sprocket wheel, let's change it to that to keep with the spokes, yeah, why not? Sprocket mount, we can go with that one. That takes up far less space. Very good. And then for the front idler mount, we could go with Churchill style again, which works. Yeah, why not? Let's go with that. It's 8 tons. Decent. The M1340 was only 13 tons, hence its 13 number. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do a bit of that. Bit of this. Bit of that. Bit of that to the side. Going real Italian here. Remove that. Actually, let's change that. Give it some of this. Ooh. Don't do that. Let's do that. And then let's increase the front. Front length. There we go. Then we can do this. Give it. Where is it? I want to give it back its slope. There you go. Give it a bit of that. Bit of that. There you go. Remove the proper sloping that's going on here. Rear angle, nothing. Or actually, do I want to keep that? Now, I'll actually keep that. I'll give it an even more extreme sloping. 35 degrees, yes, there you go, that's good. Oof, that's a very long body. Actually, looking at it, in comparison to this. Engine-wise, kick it down to a 4. Let's just make it a very powerful 4. Yeah, I'll mess around with that. Mess around with that later. Front, let's do that. Turret, let's move you back a bit. Mid-length, no. Hull, general length. Something like that. And then we need to do this, yes. Now, where is my return rollers? Not that, that's the idlers. Belt, sprocket, return rollers. There it is. There it is, suddenly pops back into existence. There you go. There you go. Now that's a little Italian tank right there. 7.68 tons. There you go. Now this is an Italian tank, if I've ever seen one. Let's do something like that. I wonder, can we actually... Oh, we can do that again. That'll probably actually work. We lower it like that, and then we... Over here, get my return rollers again. Where are they? Gimme, there you go. Lower them a little bit. Like that. Yeah, there you go. That's working, that's working. We've got a slope going on, got our little road wheels, and now we can move on to getting some actual bits and pieces on here. Crew, namely, viewports. Let's get the driver's hatch. Oh, we can't put them on the side there. There you go. Let's put the driver on that side because that makes sense. keeps him out of the way. Firepower wise, 37mm. 37mm, there you go, and that's far too long of a barrel. Let's quickly put on the gunner sight, and then let's quickly just get a mount to put on there. See how it looks. There it is. That's a very long gun. Yeah, okay, let's... oh, that's base link, that's why. Remove you, and lower you down quite a lot. Muzzle brake there. So it has 56mm of pen on this little Italian style tank. That's always good when you have stuff like that. We're going to have 3 crew members because we're only a little Italian tank. Commander's going to be radio operator. Driver's not going to be loaded. Turret gunner is going to be actually no, you can be radio man. There you go. So it's commander, loader, driver, gunner, radio man. There you go. That makes sense. Commander's cupola. Why not? Let's stick a small one on the back there. There you go. Lovely. Now the commander's not in the hull. We've now got more space to play with for the hull, but we don't have a lot of space to play with the turret. It's a bit cramped in there. Now, well, that's a job for later. Actually, we could probably just make the turret slightly wider. Yeah, it hasn't done much, but it's done something. I'm actually going to give this hull a little bit of sloping there. Yeah, that looks better. Give it a bit of back sloping. Ability-wise, I'm still not sure about this idler wheel. Yeah, idler wheel mount. That's too big. Churchill makes the most sense. I have it on the back, so I think we'll just stick with the Churchill. Stick with the Churchill. So we can go ahead and test it now. Or not. Turret is too overfilled for the game to handle. Game's like, no. Also, we should probably actually put some stuff on the back here. A little wide looking, but I'm sure it's fine. Let's go engine. Put some vents on this thing, or a vent rather. Stick you on there, why not? Placement blocked. Damn. I was hoping I could overlap them, but nope, no such luck. And now they're too small. Now, well, having one big one will do. Yeah, that'll do. As for exhausts, let's see how small can these go. Looking a bit chonky, but see how these look. Yeah, they look better. Yeah. Okay, so we've got an exhaust now on it. Tracks can't do anything with. Powertrain. Engine. Yeah, it's now fast for its speed with its V4 engine. Okay, so turret is overfilled because it's a 2-man turret. Okay. Let's see what we can do about reducing some of that. The armour is still only terrible. We'll change that to 30mm, 30mm. 5mm of roof armour. Why not? Who needs roof armour? So you can have 6mm of side armour. Mine needs to be barely bulletproof. 6 again. 6. I mean, it's not doing much, but every little helps. As for the hull armour, 13mm mid, 13mm lower, 13mm 6. What did I say? 6 on the back. Yep, it's all 6mm all around. 6, 6, 6. There you go. Lovely. As for the 5mm, who cares? Who cares about this stuff? So yeah, we now need to fix the problem of the turret being too overfilled. As for the gun has got that. If I lower this so that it has 50 mils of pen, that gives us a little bit of internal space. And it lets us actually drive it now as well. Okay, good, so we can see how it drives. It does look a little bit wide, not gonna lie. Ooh. It's a little bit wide, but it drives. It's a little bit hugging to the ground though. Not sure how I can fix that. It's definitely not crossing a trench. Not the wide ones at least. This little one, not even the little one, it can't even do that. I can't even cross that trench, okay. Let's see what we can do about the suspension. Because really, let me... Oh no, that's just changing that. I want to actually change the full width of it. There you go. Now it's a lot thinner. There you go. That's what we're talking about. Okay, so it's now also too big of a. It's also too big of a rear. There you go. Let's do that. There you go. That'll do. Yeah. So we don't need 4 reverse gears. We're not the French. There you go. 2. That'll do. Saves us a little bit of internal space, I guess. So suspension. Yeah, that's not helping anyone. Scale isn't helping either. It just does that. Also, I think the tracks should be different as well. Now, there you go. That'll do. Since we're not interleaving it anymore, let's go with this style of track, and we might actually be able to change the road wheel size just a little bit. Yeah, that gives us some height clearance. And if we change it to 2 per side, there you go, that's good. That's not helping anyone. Yeah, we can change the width as well slightly. There you go. A slight clipping, I think, but it's fine. You can't really do anything with that. So yeah, that's given us a little bit more height, which is good. As for everything else, let's move the turret. There. Move turret that way slightly. That's good. I wonder actually if I can just mirror that. Where does it put the driver? Okay, good. It can still put the driver over there. Good. Okay. So let's go with that. Let's put some lights on this bad boy. Make them smaller. There you go. Let's put some rear lights on it. Get out of the way of the fumes. Put them there, right on the edge, so you can still just about see them. Utilities-wise, how big is a log? A log is quite big. How small can we make the log? We can make it quite small, but then it looks dumb. Actually, we can put on a spare fuel tank at the back. Yeah, that's a decent sized fuel tank, 103 extra litres. That'll do. Crew, I don't really want to give them less space. As it is, they're already working at 53% efficiency with a minus 24% debuff, but then I suppose that's what you have to deal with when you're in such a small tank like this. You're not really going to be expecting too much space. Can I put on these? Placeable. Yes, I can. How small can I make them? I can make them... That will do. There you go. Been a bit weird there. No, there you go. I can rotate them. Okay, good, good. Let me just turn on that so that I can freely rotate it. Yeah, the sprocket wheel gets in the way. Okay. We can actually change the size of the sprocket because it doesn't need to be that big now. Diameter, there you go, make it smaller. And let's actually lower it slightly, I think. Because then I can do that. There you go, that works. Yes, and then it covers it. Good, good, good. Okay. So let's actually do it for this one as well. Let's put on the side bit there. And then we can just put a little bit on the front there as well. So there, here. How big is this compared to normal? It's about there. Just sort of like one down. And another one there. One down. Bam. And then I guess just a front bit there. There you go. Boom, we've got ourselves an Italian tank. I'm actually going to bring it in a bit there. It's clipping through the turret, but it's fine, don't worry about it. And bam, there we go, we got ourselves some mud guards. Still very wide, but I can't really make it any smaller than that. Actually, this is like a 1937 tank or something. Would we really have a radio? That's the question, because if we don't need a radio, I can get rid of the radio man, and he gets up to 57% efficiency instead of 40. So let's say that we don't have a radio. Turret is overfilled again. Come on. Okay, let's get rid of some ammo then, I guess. Let's chuck that out. Ammo does nothing. Getting rid of that ammo saves us 0.6 internal space. Oh well, 0.8 internal space then. That's not ideal. Okay, what could we shift from inside the turret then? Because we can't really do anything else with this. We can make it slightly bigger. Shape of the turret. Let's do that. Get it up to 40. Turret is still overfilled. It really doesn't like the fact that the turret is overfilled, does it? I've reduced the gun in size, but then I don't really want to do that. Cannon starting thickness needs to be lowered there. There we go. Yeah, that'll do. Oh, I can't test it. No matter, let's ignore our problems and put some camo on it. Lovely, Italian camo. Make it red. There is no real good Italian camo in the game. You can add it, but I haven't. So let's see. We'll just put on that camo, I guess, why not? And then we'll stick on the Kingdom of Hungary. Not Kingdom of Hungary, Kingdom of Italy flag on here. Stick it right there at the front of the turret. Although it is at an angle, so I guess we'll put it there to the side of the turret. There you go, that's lovely. So, turret overfilled problem. How do we deal with it? is the real question. Right, I fixed the problem. I have reduced the amount of fuel it has in its internal capacity, but mostly I just gave the turret basket more space within the hull, and that solved the problem. So here we go. Here's our little Italian light tank. Here we go. Zooming and booming. We do have a fairly long reload time for a 37mm gun, due to the 3-man crew and no radio. But the radio I don't think really matters all too much. But yeah, here we go. This is our little Italian light tank. It's pretty chonky, but hey, that's how it be. It still can't cross trenches. Still can't cross trenches, but here we go. It's 5.7 tons. It's quite nice. We can go ahead and decorate this thing now. I'm probably not going to do anything major else to it. It's got a very fast engine in it, so I mean, there you go. Shows that actually down to a 1 displacement. There you go, 4 litre V4, that'll do. And it's 5.69 tons, the best amount of tonnage. I might actually try and change these to more accurately reflect the angle of the suspension here, so it more closely follows the actual line of the tank. There you go, and then we can adjust this angle slightly. There you go. And then this final one as well. There you go, and then we can add this back on there like that. Lovely. And then we'll put we can't put a rear one on. Well, we can't put a rear one on, at least not in the way that the game intends us to. We can do that, but then it it doesn't look right. So yeah, we can't quite do that. Nevertheless, here we go. Crew, let's put on a little bit of extra doodads and the thingy-mabobs. So we've got our lights. Let's put on some tools of some description. There you go. Bam, let's put you on there. Let's put you on here, on this side. There you go. Bam, lovely. Let's put some tow hooks on the bottom. Bam, under there, and then on the front as well. Bam, under there. A log is quite large, so I don't quite think that the log will work on there. Stowage boxes though, they might work. Let's put one. Which side does it open from? It opens from this side, so yeah, let's put one of them on the back. There you go, nice little stowage box. Actually, it'll probably look best mirrored. There you go, lovely. And then something on the side. That doesn't work. Oh, didn't mean to do that. There you go, Control Z fixes everything. Anti-infantry. Yeah, there's no space for a whole machine gunner, is there? Whole machine gunner's not going on there anytime soon. And yeah, unfortunately going here doesn't work either. Could put a rivet on, I guess. But hatches, do we want an extra hatch on here? Yeah, I guess an extra hatch wouldn't go amiss, I guess. We can put him right there. Viewports, more viewports. Just one there. That makes sense. Commanders, polars we've got, antennas we've got, stowage, we've got some stowage on the back. Lights, yes. Utilities, yes. Anti-infantry, structural, riveted panels. Yeah, we've got about everything we could possibly need. The last thing we might need, actually, spares. Spare wheel. We can fit multiple spare wheels on this thing. Yeah, lovely. And then we can put you on there. At an angle. Yeah, why not? There you go, that works. Got some spare parts. And actually, do we want rear stowage? We could try. Try a bit of rear stowage on the back there. There you go, that's lovely. There you go. So now we just need to name this in the Italian way. It's going to be an M5 dash, when's this, 37 for 1937 interwar tank. There you go. And just to make sure, yep, there it is, it's been saved, and let's take it for a spin. Hang on a minute, what are you doing there? Okay, I don't know what was going on with you, but let's just add you back on, I guess. There you go. That's why this one needs to be moved inwards, because it's currently outwards. So let's put you there. There you go. I was wondering why it looked so off. Put you back there, and then we can stick you back on the front here. There you go. Yes. Good. There you go. That's fixed it. Yes, there you go. That's now fixed. So now we can go ahead and have a roam around in our M5/37. So we hit a bump and almost die. Actually, I do want to change the turret. I need to do some fine-tuning here because I want to change the turret traverse, because the turret traverse is currently quite slow. There you go. Just hand crank it, but we need to 25. Let's see how fast this is. Oof, it's still quite slow, but it's fast enough. Fast enough, I think, for an interwar Italian tank with its riveted armour. Bang. There you go. That'll do. The mudguards still aren't quite centred there. Still slightly off, but it's close enough for interwar Italian engineering. A 1937 light tank. Bang. Lovely. Let's just see how fast it can go. Actually, I just need to check the engine RPM. There you go, that's white. Change it up to there. Let's drop it to like 1200. This should make it faster now that we've actually increased the RPM to how it should be. Doing 12 miles an hour. Okay, let's get ourselves over to the road. It's not the best Italian tank inspired vehicle, but it will do. Just give it an old shoot there. Lovely. And we got stuck at the stream. Lovely. True Italian engineering here. Stuck at a stream. We don't even get to test how fast it goes on a road because we can't even cross a little stream crossing. Lovely. Well, I think that'll be it then. If our Italian tank gets stuck, it's 37mm gun. Yeah, in the end, the gun does 46mm of pen because I had to lower the shell length to half a metre in order to save all of the space that I could in the turret. But yeah, so there you go. This is the start of the Italian, I was going to say focus tree, but that's Hearts of Iron 4. And it's not the tech tree either, because that's World of Tanks. But yeah, this is the start of the Italian faction. We've got our 3 tanks with the P2140, the P2842, and the M537. A little interwar light tank, and then 2 heavy tanks for wartime. But yes, I'll thank you for watching, and goodbye.